Hello, good morning to you. Many thanks for joining us on the lifestyle edition of Galaxy today. My name is Justin Nakadonye.
And that is joined by Uche Okaba with Uche Onyekuluje. Did I just say Okaba?
Why is she going back to her maiden name? You
I'm
miss your mommy,
Oh, like seriously,
your daddy.
Justin? All right, if you want to go through this path, I'm so ready for you.
I still don't want to do that. I don't have the energy for you this morning. No, I don't.
All right, as usual, it's Thursday, and of course, we look at lifestyle, but today will be quite different. We'll be doing a bit of motivation on crisis management, and shortly after then, we'll look at the return of Dapchi schoolgirls at last. There's good news, you know.
It is very, very good news that the girls have been reunited, or some of them that is, have been reunited with the families after over a month in captivity in the hands of the Boko Haram insurgents. They were released yesterday amidst joy, amidst tears, and amidst grief and sadness, because from what we hear, 5 of the girls were actually killed or died in the captivity.
Yeah, except one. One wasn't released because she refused to
denounce Christianity for Islam.
Yeah.
We'll be looking at all of that, and we expect a security expert to join us on the second half of the show. But for now, we have a certified life coach. I call him Uncle G. Benga Ademujiri.
Good morning. It's good to have you.
I'll be uncle now.
You see all your gray hair.
Wow.
Like
Can you imagine? Don't worry. On your wedding day,
Yes.
I'll be your uncle. Yes.
Okay, fine.
By the grace of God.
Justin, the wedding is just a few months away, isn't it?
Wedding planner.
I told you I'll do it for you free.
Tell me about it.
Please do that for him.
I'll do it. I've just told him. You shouldn't bother about ending. Just
Benga crisis management.
Is that my Sunday?
Oh my goodness.
I'm very good. My Sunday still remain at MUJB. Good morning, listeners, everybody around the world. It's good to be here every Thursday talking to you about lifestyle. I want to say again, congratulations to the guests that were returned, or were they returned, or
released,
were they released, or were they hijacked, or whatever.
Back.
And I need to quickly say this to us as Africans, most especially as Nigerians, that God Almighty never created a religion. We need to be aware of that, please. That's one of the major crises we are facing in Africa. Religion. Okay. Religion, you know. So, and I say here that failure is not a destination, but it's just an event.
What?
Failure is not a destination, it's just an event. And that's why I tell my people, Africa is not a failure. You understand? Africa is not a failed state. We are not a failed continent.
No, we're not.
I mean, we are just passing through a phase. But what will be unfortunate for us is if we don't learn the lessons we need to learn now and get out of this phase on time. I mean, we shouldn't wait for the Western world to come and we waited for them to come and give us independence. Are we going to wait for them again to come and to come and remove us from this crisis? So the life crisis is a period of life usually ranging from your late teens to early 30s. Then you pick another one because you remember your age of 1 to 25 is preparatory years. Your 26 to 50 is productive years. So that time is very, very key for you to consider and manage properly. If not, you may start running helter-skelter by the time you are 51. Then your 51 to 70 is time to be the age of, or the years of consolidation. Then from 70 and above is time to be departure lounge. That is, at that time, any moment anything can happen, you know. That's under normal conditions. We're not talking about accident or so when you see people, the reason why I'm treating this topic is because of the atmospheric pressure, what is going on around, or the feedback, you know. Remember some 3 weeks ago we had a report that three students committed suicide.
Yes.
In history of Nigeria, in my little age of life, I have never read that in any news that a teenager committed suicide. But 3 weeks ago it happened. Then the following week, I think a GS3 boy died of overdose of tramadol, of drug abuse. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And that's why, I mean, Lagos State is doing a lot of campaign about this drug abuse now. You know, Lagos State Kick Against Drug Abuse, and I think some religious organizations and NGO are doing a lot. And I'm saying to all of us, if you are watching or listening to us this morning, please, I remember there was a time I saw one pharmacist in the local area, and I saw young chaps going there. Do you know that a boy told me that in the morning when they are going to school, they normally share this drug? You know, I don't want to be mentioning names. There are different types of them. So now, drug abuse, cultism in primary schools, not even in universities again, not in secondary school, in primary schools. So we need to really, and unfortunately, parents
Too busy.
too busy.
So all of those issues are just one of the reasons that could be attributed to all those social vices that we have, drug abuse and all that. Because parents, they don't really have time for their children anymore. Is that
They don't have, and you see, it's a cycle. Now you are running after money because number one, you want to live good life. Number two, you want to meet up with the standard of the society. Number three, you want to take care of the kids. You don't want the kids to be looking outside. You don't want the kids to be feeling bad that, oh, I asked this for my mom or for my dad, they couldn't provide. Meanwhile, the question we need to ask is this: what are those things that our children really need? Are we sure we are not providing their wants
And not the needs.
and not the needs? So some of the time, this wants drive us crazy. That I need to get this contract. I need to do this one. Live a good life. There's no problem about that. But excuse me, don't live a good life at the expense of the future of your
The
children.
Mm.
I don't know if you get it.
Yes.
Don't run after. Yoruba will say, don't run to go and meet car and now jam bicycle on the road. Whatever we do today, we should know that it will have an adverse effect on tomorrow of our children. So you see them, they are tired. And if you are the one watching me, go and look at the mirror, check yourself, ask your neighbor, do I look tired? Loss of self-confidence, inferiority setting, self-directed or self-inflicted anger. These are the signs. Fear of the future. When you ask them, they say, I don't know. I'm not sure. Everything is blank. Low self-esteem. Paralysis of creative ideas. People before that, you see them, they are full of ideas. You see them, you know, they talk. Suddenly, they just go low. Self-destructive and suicidal thoughts. Loss of favor with friends and depression. These are critical signs that when you see people who are tired, that there is a lot of them, and there's a lot of things going on in their life, and you see somebody saying, I want to leave this world. Why? Because I cannot pay house rent. Now the question is, where you are staying presently, must you stay there? As I think I've said it on this show before, that I would rather be a tenant in the location where I'm working than to be a landlord 4 hours away from where I'm working.
How does that work?
You don't get it. If I'm working in Ikoyi, for example, or if I'm working in Abule Egba, I would rather be a tenant there than to be a landlord in Ikorodu and be going to Abule Egba every day. Not this time that our transportation system, our traffic is something else. I won't do that. Your health, see, if you are not healthy, you can't even chase that money.
Exactly.
If you are not healthy, you can't run after those contracts. So how can you, out of how many hours do you have in a day?
24.
Out of 24 hours, how many hours do you take to sleep? How many hours? Then you will now be spending 4 hours inside traffic. I see people, I watched a documentary on your TV some time ago where somebody was talking about somewhere after Ota. I've forgotten the name. After Ota. And the person is working in VI. No, must you work in VI? or must you live in that area? If you must work in VI, then find a way of, even if it is one room that you are staying there, it's just a matter of time. That health will give you idea. You'll be at peace. Listen, your idea will run away. You can never be productive when you are spending 4 hours inside traffic. Except somebody is driving you and you are reading or you are working on the internet. But that you are the one driving, or even at times after work, are you not tired? You are tired. You just get inside the bus, you sleep off. By the time you get home, it's around 10:30, 11.
And you're up again at 4.
And you want to attend to the children. The children are writing exams now. How many of us parents are sitting with our children to do revision? How many? In fact, how many of us know the subjects they are taking?
But in all of this now, I mean, parents and should actually find a way of striking a balance, between work, family, and even time for themselves for leisure. Because with all of this, I mean, life, some people would say is short, but you just have to find a way of going around it and managing all of this crisis. Just how do you do that?
Now, number one, sit down and reflect. That this that I'm doing, do I really need it?
Okay.
This that I'm doing. Because many people, the job they are doing presently, the truth of the matter is it has nothing to do. It has nothing to them. No addition. It's actually taken away from them. But because, the fear of failure is what makes a man become the victim of failure. I'm not saying you should resign. Please don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying you should leave your job immediately. There is what we call partial disengagement.
What does that mean?
Partial disengagement means before you resign, before you leave your job, somebody else will tell you, these people will tell you that sack your boss today and before you sack you. No, I don't subscribe to that. But I'm saying to you, a fish never pray to swim. A bird will never fast to fly. What is that natural potential in you that you can excel on without any problem? See, that's what I said. Number one is sit down and reflect. Look inward. What is that thing that I can do in this area? Listen to me. In that area you are living or you are staying, there are needs in that place
that you can meet.
And Bill Gates never planned to be the richest man in the world. He only planned to solve a problem. And that shot him to become the richest man for over 10 years now in the world. That small boy, Mark Zuckerberg, I'm sure this morning, many people listening to me this morning, you visited Facebook this morning. Do you understand? Millions are watching Galaxy now. Why? I started watching Galaxy from Ibadan. Why? Because somebody is meeting a need. Galaxy is solving the problem of information. You are meeting needs. So what is that problem in your area that you need to solve, that you need to meet? Instead of cracking your head and say, yes, you can work for somebody, but at the same time, you can be working part-time for something. Number two, reconstruct a more beautiful, accurate picture of yourself.
Okay, Benga, before you go ahead to explain that, just to remind our viewers that it is interactive. You can be a part of this conversation. You're looking at managing the crisis of life. You can send an SMS on the number that will be displayed shortly, or interact with us via our various social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, using the hashtag GalaxyToday.
All right. So, the picture you create about yourself is where you find yourself in the future, eventually. Whatever you see is what you become. Recognize your limited capabilities. Recognize your unlimited capacities.
Your limited capabilities.
Your limited capabilities, that is, you have to do a SWOT analysis of yourself. Your strength, your weakness, your opportunities, and your strengths. In your area, let me give you an example. There is one boy on my street. When I see him, I don't call him his name. I call him, you this stupid boy. You know why? The boy is very financially stupid. And I'm going to tell you. He started selling some provisional things. All these noodles, sweet. And in the space of some years, this guy, one day, he asked me, he said, sir, I saw one yellow bus last night that brought full of gas cylinders. Now, is the guy selling gas? I said, yes. He said, I monitored him. he came around you. I said, yes, because our gas finished that time and we bought. He said, I didn't know that this guy was doing survey. Few months after, just think, Uche, this boy just went to one landlord on the street. He doesn't have a house. The guy don't get 1 square meter on the road, on the street. He went to one landlord, approached him, said, please, sir, give me this small space. And before you know it, the guy started selling gas. Now, that guy that normally comes to supply all of us on the street, the guy doesn't come again because the guy had taken over. So I interviewed him. I said, how did you do it? How much did you? He said, you know, at that point in time, I didn't have the money. I went to a gas company that I know that, and I spoke to them that, come, I'm your potential retailer. Come to my area. They came with him, they checked, and they said that yes, they did the survey. How many houses? Okay, how many houses can be using gas here? And they started with him. Today he's on his own. Today he has 3 businesses on that street. You understand? Another boy that I will not forget is one boy who came from one state in the Middle Belt some time ago, and they said he wants to be our security in the office. And before you know, he says, sir, please, can you borrow me 20,000 naira? We borrowed him 20,000 naira. He started selling all these wosi things. Today, Justin, that was 2010. This is 2018. Last year, this guy bought the 3rd car for taxi.
From 20,000
and had Keke Marua, I think about 3 or 4 now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you need to recognize your limited capabilities. What is my weakness? What are my weaknesses? Then you need to recognize your unlimited capacities, your strengths and opportunities. What are the opportunities around me? My strength can do what? Can fit into it. Then reach out to someone close to you or far from you who can assist. I've said it several times. What you need to start your business is not financial capital. As a matter of fact, capital does not mean money. Capital simply means idea or brain. So when people say they don't have capital, it means they don't have brain. So that's why you have financial capital, structural capital, human capital, social capital. The first thing you need is that idea. After that, you need to build your social capital, which is trust. Uche, if you travel to Dubai and I said to you, help me buy a perfume of $10, and you come back, and I didn't give you the $10. If day after you go to America, and I said you should bring me $100 perfume, will you bring it?
For where?
Why?
Trust.
But immediately you come back, in fact, let me come meet you for airport, which thank you, take your $10. So tomorrow, if I ask you to bring me something of $1,000, you will do what? You will do it.
Yeah.
Because you've earned my trust. That's a social capital. That's what you need. Many of our young chaps, many of our youths, running scatter, complaining, crying everywhere, blaming the government. See, you can blame everybody all like here. If you don't change your behavior from your inner attitude, you are going nowhere. It's not a cause, it's a natural principle. Because I've learned in my course of life that whatever you are doing, there is somebody somewhere looking at you consistently, looking at you frequently, looking at what you are doing, that one day he will just recommend you for a greater platform.
Yeah.
But these days, most of our young chaps,
They're not ready to climb the ladder.
they don't even want to do any. You are asking for somebody. Do you know that I'm not ashamed to say this. My car got stopped on the road, and I called these young chaps, please help me push this car to somewhere that a mechanic can come and sort it out. Decently looking, nice guys. And one of them said, Oga, how much are you going to pay us?
Nothing comes free.
But you are gay too.
I look at the second one. I saw folder. Quickly I peeped. I saw the name of the folder. I saw a name of an agency. I knew they were coming from interview. Uche, I'm not lying. I'm saying this real. Guess what? I know a director in that agency that I can just pull a call through to. That please, these people. I was looking at him like this. Do you know what? It was the lady among them who said, oh yeah, guys now, you don't even know him. The lady among them. Meanwhile, and I saw these Aboki guys who were selling orange. I said, oh, Oga, what happened? What happened? The next day they came and pushed the car without calling them. These ones that they said they went to school. Where is that patriotism? Where is that value? Where are the virtues? Must you collect money for everything? You don't even know the person you want to help. You don't know whether your help lies in his hand by helping him. And as a matter of fact, that's life. Remember, plant continues to live by helping animals with oxygen. Animals continue to live by helping plants with carbon dioxide. People, we have lost so many. I don't know how to describe it again. Our youth, anything, once it is not money, they are not interested. Not all of them do, but very high percentage of them.
Because most of the youth right now, they don't even understand what the core values of life. So
they don't even know their purpose. They don't know their right hand. I'm telling you, very few of them. Maybe the ones that goes to the private universities that are, okay, that they have their curriculum intact. But many of them, they just go around and say, and they graduate. And you ask them one or two. I was asking one, I said, were you taught temperament in school? Do you understand what temperament is? Do you know what emotional intelligence is? He said, me, I am very hot tempered. Excuse me.
You said temperament, now he just broke it down, see the temper out of it.
Justin.
No, yeah.
At Form 2 in my secondary school, I will tell you the constitution of Great Britain and America, Nigeria, at Form 2. I was not taught in school, but I was reading. Do you understand? My father will not allow you to eat on a Sunday after church if you have not analyzed Daily Sketch and Daily Times. Of blessed memory. Okay, Daily Times is bad. Sorry about that. Anyway, so we need parents, please. The best education is at home. The best school is parenting. Or the best program or the best course is parenting. And nobody teaches you in school.
Yes.
You learn it on the job. We need to help these youth. That's why I champion the cause for the Lagos State Youth Ambassadors. Since last year, we have been on it, campaigning, going to schools, university, secondary school, and we raise some people going to primary school as well. We need to bring back the lost values. We need to redeem the values. It is very, very important. Or else, what we don't need may drive us to death the way we are going. So people need to understand, in managing their crisis, don't look after the want. Just look after the need. What is necessary, what is needful at that time. There's nothing wrong with your car presently. Because your friend has changed his car, you are now running to change your car. Excuse me. A car, if you are looking at me this morning, let me tell you, a car is just a tool of efficiency and nothing more.
It's nothing close to investment.
Please, and nothing more. And don't ever buy a car that you don't have times 5 of the value in an investment or savings. Don't. If you buy a car of 1 million naira now, auto dealer says immediately you take it out of their garage, 27% of that car is gone. Brand new, 27% is gone. So when you bring it back, don't expect them to buy it at 1 million. But I know somebody who bought a land for 400,000 naira 4 years ago. Last week, he told me he wanted to sell it for 1 million. 4 years after.
It's appreciated.
You understand? So please, let us do the needful. It is very, very important.
All right.
Your question.
All right. Just before we go, I just want you to just maybe emphasize on one of the things that you said about the capabilities, and when you analyze, you said know what your limited capabilities are. Can you understand me? Can you just break it down one more time?
So you took note?
Yes, I did.
Where is your note, Uche?
I saw it.
She has made the mind note.
Okay.
No, but what he's saying is, I said you should know your unlimited
Okay, that's your question as well?
Yes,
okay.
I wonder. No, it's not my question. It actually sank in.
Okay. Now, what I mean is your limited capabilities. Number one, let me give you an example.
Okay, very quickly.
Our youths these days, our children, you see them, most of them, they want to be going to studio.
Everybody wants to be an artist.
Everybody wants to be an artist. Because they'll ask you, why should I go and waste my 4 years or 5 years in university plus X?
Thank you, please. Sorry to butt in there. I'm particular about that. I mean, I think that Justin and I said something like that about a couple of days ago, where you see people say, we have the likes of Bill Gates who dropped out of school, Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of school, and this is not in any way putting Nigerian schools on the whatever. And I look at what schools were they dropping out from? What was
Harvard.
the foundation like? They had gotten that. What was their IQ like for them to have? And I don't think they dropped out because they didn't want to go to school. There was a demand in what they had, and
Thank
they
you.
needed to. So I think you need to make some kind of clarity.
Beyond-
People are, I'm sorry to say, people are very quick to say, because I don't want to do this, I'm quick to pull a model
Yeah.
and say this is it.
Yeah.
Can you please
Using
help
them
out?
as excuses.
Now, beyond that, Uche, what they should understand is America is not Nigeria. The environmental factors are different.
Yes.
Nigeria, you want money from the bank to run your business, start-up business. They are killing you with 26% interest on the loan they are giving to you. That is if they will give you. Because until you bring the grave of your grandmother, they will not give you. Do you understand? But over there, whether loan or there are grants, there are so many things. There are so many ways you can get money. And the policies over there support and encourage what you are doing.
Yeah.
Unlike this place. That's bitter truth. We need to speak the National Assembly, our government, their policies kill businesses. That's the truth. So anybody who is thinking that he wants to behave like Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg in Nigeria, listen to me. It's either you have Godfather or something. So what I'm saying is this. Your limited capabilities, you don't say because Davido or Wizkid is making money in music,
Yeah.
or because somebody just go to Big Brother Naija and spend 30 days or 90 days and come out with some millions of dollars, you too, you want to go and do that. No. Do you have capacity to do those things? If you cannot answer yes, then that area is no go area for you.
All
Your
right.
capacity, what's your capacity? Can you cook? One of the ladies that I gave personal coaching to some few months ago, in January 6th, she just came to the class, and by February, she realized that she has a capacity to cook. And then she looked at the airport. What is the need? What kind of food are they eating there? What is the particular food that people like and is not there? And she started supplying them. She will cook at home and supply them there. Today, she's financially, you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you need to, so the capacity in you. That's why number one point is sit down and reflect. That's the first
All right,
thing.
Benga, we have to go. We are completely out of time for this
Thank you very
segment.
much.
We must say a very big thank you to certified life coach Benga Ademojimi. Let me just take one of your messages. Good morning, presenter of Galaxy TV. I love your encouragement towards the youth. We have lots of graduates in Nigeria. Most of them are waiting for government like me. I'm selling kerosene. I love.
He's
your-
selling kerosene.
Yes, that's what
Wow.
I
It's
said.
good.
Yes.
Wow.
It's good.
Thumbs up for you, sir. Keep it up.